Hi ho wee way! Happy Monday! How's it going, everybody? What's up, anime? Hi ho wee way. Alright, we could do your prompt from yesterday, or from 2 days ago. And thank you for, let me know that. We didn't already do it, because this looks like it could be a good one. You are Gerald, a garbage man. In order to make some quick cash, you decide to start selling things from the garbage can, including old food, ripped clothes, and last week's newspaper. And you make them all into NFTs. Oh, shit.
You use your bicycle cart as an impromptu shop front.
Yes.
Your first customer is Mr. Kowalski, who has been complaining about his wife for years.
Kowalski?
He pays $5 for one of those special diet meals that she won't touch anymore.
Yep, those lean cuisines that are just getting freezer rot in the bottom of the... Yeah, thanks, Anime, for writing them. Mr. Kowalski buys a bunch of half-eaten sausages from you for $20 and says, let me know whenever you have something delicious, and I'll be there. The diet meal is actually just a Big Mac. What's up, Bisha?
That night at dinner he eats 2 more sausage rolls.
Ooh,
the next day when you
sausage.
go to pick up your money, Mr. Kowalski gives you $100 instead of the usual $10 tip.
You give Mr. Kowalski your best garbage sourced cut of meat.
The whole thing. And don't forget to put it on my tab.
I thought we were giving it to him. Now we're putting it on his tab? He's like, don't worry, I will pay for it. My wife, she's eating broccoli now. Only broccoli. Not even cooked broccoli.
2 days later, Mrs. Kowalski calls you and asks if she can come by with her shopping bag, so you take it over.
Okay. You fill Mrs. Kowalski's bag with your best vegetables.
She gives you $50 in change and tells you not to worry about the bill because she will pay it every week. You are very happy with this arrangement and look forward to collecting her trash every week.
So she's throwing out the food that she's paying for too? She's throwing out broccoli and then going back to us to buy the garbage broccoli. That's capitalism, I guess. One man's trash is another man's treasure, even if it's from the same man or same woman. One day, Mr. and Mrs. Kowalski show up to the food cart. Show up to the bicycle cart at the same time. Mrs. Kowalski gets furious that her husband has been cheating on his diet with meat from the trash. She grabs she notices a weapon for sale. Whoa!
A sawed-off shotgun, loaded with birdshot.
Who threw that away?
She buys it and takes it home with her.
Damn.
That night after dinner, Mrs. Kowalski goes out into the garage and loads the gun.
Mrs. Kowalski asks her husband to smell his breath. He resists, and she points the gun at him. She yells, "Let me smell it, or else." Sheepishly, Mr. Kowalski complies, and his wife smells the scent of rotten meat on his breath. Mrs. Kowalski goes into a furious rage. Mr. Kowalski's penis is shot off. I think she might. Oh!
She grabs the shotgun and shoots Mr. Kowalski right between the eyes,
Well,
killing him instantly.
At least he died quickly.
What do you think? Is this murder or self-defense?
Murder! 100%
Do you feel
murder.
guilty about what happened to Mr. Kowalski?
Yeah, the guy just wanted some sausages. I appreciate if you want to go on a diet, but don't force me into one. You feel bad. You feel terrible about what happened to Mr. Kowalski. And you feel like you were to blame for helping him cheat on his diet. You remember that one day, searching through the trash, you found a mysterious book that claimed it could bring people back from the dead. You decide to give it a shot and attempt to revive Mr. Kowalski. Now we blame ourselves for the murder. We definitely should take some of the blame. We couldn't have known what Mrs. Kowalski was going to do, but we had to know it was like antagonistic. and we sold him the garbage sausage because we wanted to make a buck, and he was paying big time. He was big timing us with his garbage meat allowance. Storm clouds swirl ahead, swirl above, and lightning strikes. As you read the following incantation. Oh!
I call upon thee, Lord of the underworld, bring him back to life.
Yeah!
Let him walk among the living once again.
You know, as I said that, I realized I probably shouldn't have said that. I didn't realize this was a Lord of the Underworld situation. I thought this would be like a nice voodoo thing or, nice Christian necromancy. It doesn't work.
You wave your hand over Mr. Kowalski's body and chant the words from the book.
Mr. Kowalski shoots back. Mr. Kowalski rises up and looks around. He can't believe it. He is back from the dead. Well, better than demon worship. It's not nice, but I mean, I guess it could be nice, right? Voodoo isn't inherently evil. Who do you voodoo now?
He thanks you profusely for reviving him.
Yes, no problem. I'm sorry I sold you the sausage. I'm sorry I didn't warn you that your wife also shops at the same place.
Mr. Kowalski asks if he can stay at your place until he finds a new job.
It's the least we could do.
He says he will work hard and repay you in the future.
Don't even worry about it. I feel like we're even Stevens right now, Mr. Kowalski. Mr. Kowalski. But that's like a voodoo curse. So, like, I mean, voodoo is a type of magic, right? So there could be good magic. There could be healing magic. That's not inherently evil, right? So a voodoo doll, kind of evil. But voodoo in general, I mean, who's to say? Depends on who you're healing. Good point. You're right. It's all about your moral compass. And who you're healing is definitely important. Mr. Kowalski eventually finds a new job as a ...
Mechanic at a local auto repair shop.
I didn't know he knew
One
cars.
day, while he is working on a car, a customer named Joe comes in and starts talking shit about his wife.
Oh no.
Mr. Kowalski doesn't like Joe and decides to teach him a lesson.
No, Mr. Kowalski, please don't waste your revived life. Do not take this opportunity for a second chance at life to kill a random passerby that's talking shit about your wife. You don't even like your wife, Mr. Kowalski. Cut his penis off. Mr. Kowalski cuts the brakes to the man's vehicle. And the man perishes in a accident on the way home. You hear about this and feel bad and decide to bring Joe back from the dead. as well. Are they still married? Till death do us part. Till death do us part, right? So, no, I guess not anymore. Not in the eyes of God. But we're dealing with the Lord of the Underworld, so I don't know. I don't know what his rules are.
You wave your hand over the corpse and chant the following incantation.
Is it exactly the same?
I call upon thee, Lord of the Underworld, bring him back to life.
Yeah.
Let him walk among the living once again.
Joe snaps back to life, grabs a tire iron, and kills Mr. Kowalski.
Mr. Kowalski wakes up and screams bloody murder at you. You are horrified by what just happened and start crying.
Oh, sorry, Mr. Kowalski.
Mr. Kowalski starts screaming, "What did you do to me?"
I didn't do shit, Mr. Kowalski. This is really just a circle of hate. You are surprised that Mr. Kowalski came back to life automatically. You read further into the mysterious book and realize that you not only revived Mr. Kowalski and Joe, but you gave them immortality. Surely the Lord of the Underworld will want you to help him with something. Yeah, there we go.
You cry and apologize to Mr. Kowalski for everything you have done to him.
I'm sorry I sold your soul to the Lord of the Underworld and now you're an immortal. My bad.
You say goodbye to Mr. Kowalski and tell him that you love him.
And he's like, huh? That's weird for somebody who runs a bicycle cart that I frequent to say. It's a little bit too friendly.
You hug him and kiss him and then he vanishes.
You realize where he vanished to. And know you have to rescue him. You go to the underworld and attempt to free Mr. Kowalski's soul. And then we'll work on Joe. We'll see if we get a nice 2-for-1 deal with the Lord of the Underworld.
You arrive at the gates of the underworld and are told that you must pass a series of trials to enter the realm.
Just let me in!
The first trial requires you to make a sacrifice.
I killed 2 guys accidentally through my own incompetence.
You decide to offer up your own heart.
No! Poor Gerald. You see Mr. Kowalski from the gate and yell, Mr. Kowalski, if you forgive me for everything that I did, I'll buy you a subscription to AiPD. AiPD makes everything better. Thank you, anime. He's like, what the fuck is that aped?
Mr. Kowalski is shocked to see you and he smiles and says, "Thank you. But I'm already a subscriber."
Oh, no, I don't think you are, Mr. Kowalski. What's up, Rustbox?
You are confused by this answer.
I don't think he knows what I'm talking about. Even Mr. Kowalski likes AiPD. I'm pretty sure he's just old man confused.
Mr. Kowalski explains that he was a member of the American Immortality Project Development Society, AiPDS.
Yes! Another... Oh, I'm saving that one. Another possibility for what AIPD stands for. APED. Wow, brilliant. Yeah. Oh, so it wasn't our fault. He was just part of an immortal organization.
And that he had been given an eternal life.
That explains it. Okay, I was about to kill Joe, and I would have ruined everything.
He tells you that he decided to give it all up when he learned about the dangers of using the strange book.
Ah, so that Mr. Kowalski threw away the Book of Necromancy that brought him back that we used accidentally. It's all making sense now. It makes a lot of sense.
Mr. Kowalski says, now that you're here, we should get going.
Is Joe also sub to AIPD's S? I don't think so. Mr. Kowalski attempts to just leave the underworld, when suddenly the Lord of the Underworld bursts out from the ground and grabs him. The Lord of the Underworld says, "You're going nowhere. Your soul is mine." So anyway, I'm immortal. Yeah. What's up, Biz? Always inspect panda dongs sufficiently. Lots of aped organizations.
You hear the Lord of the Underworld say something else and you are forced to watch as Mr. Kowalski is devoured by the Lord of the Underworld.
Well, we gave it a nice try. A nice, good, solid try.
You scream and beg the Lord of the Underworld to let Mr. Kowalski go.
The Lord of the Underworld says, "Make me an offer for his life." And you say, "Okay, you can have my garbage cart. It's my livelihood."
The Lord of the Underworld says, that's not nearly enough.
Okay. I'll follow it up with, I think I know what you were going to ask.
You say, how about my soul?
Oh.
The Lord of the Underworld says, no deal.
No deal. Not one soul. You really want this. I know you're willing to give your soul. I want 100 souls.
You ask the Lord of the Underworld what he wants.
I'm curious to see. What does he want? Oh, here we go.
He says, I want your soul and your house.
Okay.
I also want the souls of your children and your grandchildren.
Okay.
And finally, I want your mother, father, brothers, sisters, uncles, aunts, cousins, nieces, nephews, in-laws, their spouses.
It keeps going. Oh my God. Say deal.
And any other relatives who might be present. I want them all and every last one of your possessions.
So anyone related to us by blood or not?
You look at the Lord of the Underworld and say, okay. How about my soul and your car?
And your car? Yeah, we're really haggling hard here. This is like trying to make a deal at a farmer's market or something. Or like a trade show. Listen. I don't have what you want, but I do have my soul in your car. My car? Yeah, I stole your car.
The Lord of the Underworld says, nope. You say, well, how about my soul and your car and $1,000 cash money?
Cash money?
The Lord of the Underworld says, nope.
You say, okay. Yeah, what does the Lord of the Underworld drive? Does Hades have a driving license? No, he breaks the law. And he's a bad driver. He doesn't drive that often. So he's just constantly crashing into people and things. He drives about 15 feet and then kills 140 people. He's like, good enough. And then he triple parks in a handicap spot. You say, okay, I accept your offer. Take my family and my things. But please let Mr. Kowalski go. What?
The Lord of the Underworld says, no deal. You say, fine, take everything.
Okay, we were trying to get out of it by being like, take our family, but not me. And then we're like, fine, take everything.
The Lord of the Underworld says, deal.
All this for a guy you just met. Yeah, but it's kind of like we just met him, but we kind of feel guilty for what happened to him, so.
You say, okay, now release Mr. Kowalski's soul and let him go.
Maybe a hearse, maybe a Prius. Yeah, I could see both of those. Is this going to be some monkey paw situation?
The Lord of the Underworld says, done. And then Mr. Kowalski appears from the ground. He looks around and sees you, his wife, and all of your relatives, and he says, oh thank God.
Oh, thank God. Next time on Sold My Soul for Sausage. For a garbage sausage. For a trash sausage.
We learn that the Lord of the Underworld has some sort of vendetta against our entire family.
Ah, so it was personal. He has some beef with us particularly.
Mr. Kowalski says, okay, so what is this vendetta that you have against us?
Oh, and Mr. Kowalski feels the need to repay the deed. He's like, I'm not letting you just take this boy's soul. All right, new story. For a prompt, all I need is a name and a situation or an occupation. If you want to drop it in chat or in the Discord. When he's not invited to parties, Hades is very salty. Yeah. Why don't I ever get invited to a family cookout? I have shit with your entire family. Not one of them invited me to a backyard party, an indoor party, a rooftop party. All right, perfect, Bisha. Thank you. Oh, we've done that one, I feel like, before, Biz, but I will gladly do it again. That'll be next. You are Derek. You are an unqualified lawyer. There's plenty of those out there.
You have been assigned to defend the rights of Mary Ann Collins in her upcoming case against George Evans.
Wow, okay.
The prosecution has charged that Ms.
Whoa!
Collins was involved in an orgy with Mr. Evans and his friends at their home on April 4th last year.
All right off the bat, horny. It's going to be another horny night. Ooh, interesting, Rustbox. I am fascinated by North Korea, so I always love a good North Korea prompt. It's just such an alien thing that's like actually real life. Perfect, Biz. You say, objection! You yell, objection!
As loud as you can, but it is too late. Judge Simmons says, the witness will answer. Mary Ann looks down at your hands resting on your lap. She sees that they are shaking.
You interrupt again. And ask. I'm not a real lawyer, but can we check if the orgy is illegal in this state?
Answer the question, Judge Simmons demands. No. She answers reluctantly. Your mouth hangs open slightly as you look up at Mary Ann, who seems to be looking right through you.
You realized your client just lied on the witness stand. You point at the video and photos of her clearly at the orgy and say, and come up with a desperate lie. So, this lady must be your long-lost twin sister. Is that what you're saying? You wink excessively, trying to get her to yes and your lie. Pretty sure those illegal orgies are illegal as long as everyone is of age and not your family. I'm sure there's a lot of things, yeah, that would make it illegal other than that. This is complicated, as animals are people and people are animals. So,
So she could bring evidence to prove that you were never there. She laughs loudly, which makes everyone turn to stare at her. Your face burns bright red.
oh my God, she's just blowing this case for us.
Judge Simmons says, we'll recess for lunch until 2 p.m. Court will reconvene then.
You talk with Mary Ann privately and try to rework your entire legal strategy over a burrito bowl. Animal liberation, yeah. That's their goal.
At least now I know why my father doesn't want me to represent her.
Oh.
My mom said something about him being scared of getting sued by his clients.
Yeah, we're blowing
You think
it hard.
he should worry more about his daughter getting disbarred?
Oh. So this is like our sister or sister-in-law or stepsister, and she's also a lawyer, and we're representing her, and this is like a desperate Hail Mary to get her off. But I wonder why the dad isn't is like, hey, don't represent her. Dad doesn't believe in us. PETA in the AiPD verse is a terrorist organization. Well, not inherently. You pull out a picture of Mary Ann Tony zoning Tony from AiPD at the orgy. I don't know if it's not going to know what that means.
He's a good-looking guy. He
He's a
would
good-looking
definitely
guy.
give her a second chance.
Hey!
You call Mary Ann's mother into the office.
Oh, no.
You say, Mrs. Collins, I am so sorry about your daughter's testimony today.
I'm less worried about her testimony and your shit lawyering. Mrs. Collins throws papers in your face, outraged that you are blowing this case for her.
She yells, "This isn't my fault. You're letting her do whatever she wants."
No, I'm not. She's doing whatever she wants and I can't stop her.
You
That's
explain to
completely
her
different.
that you need to make sure that she does not testify again.
Yes, we can agree on that.
You also tell her that you will file an appeal and possibly seek bail if you feel that she needs one.
You return to the courtroom and are appalled that Marianne is propositioning the judge for sex. Remember, you're not a qualified lawyer. Yeah? We're trying, though. It doesn't mean we can't still try.
You watch as he whispers something to her and then she smiles sweetly at him. You hear the judge say, "It appears that we have reached a verdict."
Oh no, Marianne, you idiot!
Mary Ann looks up at you with those big brown eyes and says, "Guilty."
Oh my god! She turned herself in! You realize that your client incriminated herself. Marianne is escorted off to jail. And you have lost yet another case.
At the end of the day you walk back to your car. As you approach your vehicle you see that your wife is waiting for you. She says, "Hi honey, did you lose again?"
Wow, you can't even humor me with the fact that I might have won the case? I mean, is it really that obvious? You say, yeah. Is it really that obvious?
Well, yes, dear. It's all over town.
All
Did
over
you find a
town.
new job? Yes, but... She interrupts you, "Don't worry about it, honey."
You tell your wife that your new job is in the exciting career of... Oh, we're doubling down.
Being a lawyer and you have been assigned to represent a client.
Okay. Take two.
You tell her that you are going to have to go to law school and pass the bar exam.
Yeah, I thought I could fake this. I thought I could just represent people with no law degree. I gotta go to law school and I gotta pass the bar, apparently.
You tell her that you are moving to a bigger apartment and you will pay for everything yourself.
You're a lawyer. Even it's in quotation marks, even. We want to be a lawyer. Why are you doing the quotation marks? I don't know what you're talking about. I just want to be a lawyer. I don't want to be a garbage man. I want to be a lawyer. Lawyers suck at job. More news at 11. Lawyer sucks at job. Yeah. Breaking news. You You go to law school, but quickly rack up debt that student loans don't completely cover. You decide to take a loan from the mob to pay for your schooling. Taking a loan from the mob is kind of like inadvertently working for the mob, so it's just like forced upon us now. They're like, oh, you're taking a loan from us? Now you work for us.
After graduating, you pass the bar exam and land a job with a large firm.
Hey, okay. That seems like we should be able to pay this back in no time at all.
One night you are at a party at a friend's house when you meet a beautiful woman.
Oh no, it's Marianne!
You ask her name and she tells you, I'm Mary Ann Collins.
You look around the room and realize this is no party. This is no normal party. This is an orgy.
You ask her, do you mind if I join in?
Okay.
She says, sure, I guess.
Well, we did go to law school, and that does take a long-ass time, so.
You join in and have sex with Mary Ann.
And I bet the prison sentence for having a illegitimate orgy, whatever that entails, is pretty short anyway.
You realize that you like Mary Ann and you decide to move in together.
Oh, dang! Your wife is apprehensive at first, but grows to be good friends with Marianne. This is some weird polyamory now.
You two start dating and marry after several years.
It's not a legitimate marriage, but it's a symbolic one.
You live happily ever after. End of story.
Wow, oh, end of story, okay.
You sigh and shake your head. What the fuck was that? I've never heard anything so stupid.
Mormon love story, yeah.
The only thing I can think of is that someone wrote it in the middle of a drunken stupor. It's a complete waste of time and money.
Jesus, Oprah, don't be so hard on yourself.
The judge says, ladies and gentlemen of the jury.
Uh-oh, we're back in court. Fuck.
Thank you for your service. Court is adjourned. You look at your watch and see that you still have 4 hours before your next hearing. You get into your car and drive home.
You make sweet love to your wife and Marianne. At the same time. 2 chicks at the same time. Your next client is, that's a good point. Yeah. Let's try that.
You tell your wife, honey, you are the best thing that has happened to me since I met Mary Ann.
Okay. She likes Marianne way better than she likes us.
You laugh as you kiss her passionately. Your wife says, you're not mad at me.
You say, nope. And rush back to court to handle your next client. Whoa!
Jackie Robinson.
Jackie Robinson. You're Jackie
You arrive
Robinson?
at the courthouse and see that there is already a line of people waiting to enter.
Yeah, I assume everyone would want to see this. This is a spectacle.
You push through the doors and see that they are standing in front of a long counter.
He's a baseball player, Misha. He's a very famous baseball player. What if it's just a guy with the same name? Yeah, I'm pretty sure Jackie Robinson's dead. In fact, I know he's dead. There's no Actually, I don't know he's dead. That's what I'm verifying. I had to Google it. Well, presumably dead, but he was a very famous baseball player. You look at what Jackie Robinson. He's accused of faking his death. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, you look at what Jackie Robinson is accused of, and notice that he was allegedly caught faking his death. Once a pope literally had the corpse of the last pope dug up and tried for heresy. Damn, that is a salty new pope. The saltiest. I'm going to arrest a corpse.
He was supposed to be killed by a jealous husband.
Ah, that was what was supposed to happen, but then they're like, you clearly didn't die.
You ask the clerk, how much does he get if he is convicted?
Tons of reasons, Misha. To get out of debts, to do insurance scams, to start a new life. Yeah. To get out of infamy or fame. Some people are like, I don't want to be famous anymore. Let me fake my death. And I mean, I guess, yeah. Some circumstances it's illegal. Like insurance fraud is just illegal across the board. Trying to forge a new identity, that's illegal. Not necessarily the act of killing yourself, maybe. The act of faking your death itself is not inherently illegal, I think, but everything around it is totally illegal. Because then you have to hire a hitman to fake it. Soon we learn the psychic passing of Misha. Yeah, Misha, don't commit fraud. Don't fake your death. Nobody fake your death. I'm not advocating faking your death. No! You convince you try to convince the jury that your client is innocent and his long lost twin brother. This is my legal defense for everything. Everyone's got a doppelganger. Everyone's got a long lost twin brother that's identical, and they're all committing crimes that my client is frankly innocent of. So, try to prove that wrong, huh? You try to convince the jury that your client is innocent and his long lost twin is actually the guilty one.
Jackie Robinson.
Same name, too. Exact twin, exact name, exact copy.
You are a lawyer.
Yep.
You are defending a black man who is charged with murder.
Well, I was going to say a famous baseball player, but if you want to simplify it, really, just based on how he looks.
You know that the prosecution will claim that he is the murderer.
Yeah. Hey, he murdered himself. That is the murderer. I guess you're not wrong, but I don't like the way you implied that.
You have seen many movies and television shows where a white person kills a black person and claims self-defense.
Okay, I don't see where you're going with this, Oprah. If he murdered himself. He's standing right there, yeah.
So you must prove that the real killer is the white guy.
Okay.
You ask the judge to dismiss the charges because your client is too poor to afford an attorney.
Then, out of nowhere, a key witness charges into the court and takes the witness stand. Oh my god.
I am a psychic.
Okay, all right. Miss Cleo came in.
My powers are to read minds and see the future. You object. This woman is obviously crazy.
Yes.
But the judge says, objection overruled.
The psychic says she can tell if Jackie Robinson is innocent by doing a simple tarot card reading.
The psychic shuffles the cards and then lays them on the table. She says, the Ace of Spades represents the truth and the King of Swords represents justice.
Okay.
Now do you believe that Jackie Robinson is innocent?
I guess she helped us. You cry. You yell out. You yell. Yes. The King of Swords, is that a card? I think it's a tarot card. I don't know, though. It's not a playing card. You just realize she's got a deck of poker cards.
The jury looks at you with confusion. The judge asks, did the witness read your mind? You say, no. Then why did you answer yes? You say, I just assumed that the psychic could read my mind.
That just assumed. I like to make a lot of assumptions in law. You know, as all good lawyers do. Yeah, the psychic just has like a very mismatched deck of cards. She's got Pot of Greed. She's got a bunch of Swampland cards from Magic the Gathering. She's got Shiny Charizard. I play the Ace of Spades. This is the most unusual trial. Yeah. The psychic reveals another tarot card. Do lawyers still get paid if they lose all the time? Yeah, but I mean, good luck getting new work, and good luck getting the people who lost using you to pay up, especially if they're in jail.
The Queen of Cups represents women and the Nine of Swords represents men.
Queen of Cups, I think, is definitely a thing. Nine of Swords, it must be, right? It's too specific not to be true.
And the Two of Wands represents marriage.
Okay, so women, men, marriage.
You say, Oh shit. The judge says, Mr. Robinson, I am going to let the witness continue her testimony.
Okay, here we go. The psychic pulls out one final card that will determine the fate of Jackie Robinson.
The 10 of Pentacles represents money and the 8 of Swords represents war.
Well, they were stuck together, so technically they're one card.
You say, that doesn't mean anything. It's just a bunch of numbers.
Kinda is, yeah.
The psychic says, I don't care.
Criminal defense is more about getting a lesser sentence versus winning and losing. Yes, that's true. That's why they often plea deal. Even if you didn't do it, the fact that it could go to trial and you could lose way more is the reasoning. So it's not about justice. It's kind of about what do I think the outcome's going to be, and how do I minimize the penalty for my client. What does a 4 of hatchets mean? That means 4 hatchet men are going to visit you in the night and kill you. So, I'm no psychic though, but I think that's my interpretation is pretty close, probably. Oh.
I know that Jackie Robinson is innocent.
Yeah, I think she's on her side. It seems like she really wants to.
You say, okay, fine. The judge says, Ms. Psychic, please leave the courtroom.
Okay.
The psychic leaves and the judge says, Mr. Robinson, you may now cross-examine the witness.
Okay. Mr. Robinson. Jackie Robinson takes the witness stand and looks into a mirror and says, Did you do it? And shakes his head no. The jury gasps. And Jackie Robinson says, no further questions.
You say, Your Honor, I request a mistrial.
Why? We actually somehow won this.
The judge says, denied. You say, Your Honor, this is all circumstantial evidence.
Now we're trying to talk ourselves out of a victory. That's how good of a lawyer we're being. We're being such a terrible lawyer that we're actually doing law and it's actually hurting our case.
We need to call the police detective who investigated the crime scene.
The police officer takes the stand.
He says, I was the first person to arrive at the scene. There were no signs of forced entry or robbery.
Officer Cory, yeah.
I searched the entire house and there was nothing missing. The only thing that I found in the house was a pile of human excrement.
Why can't we get away from shit? You ask Officer Cory. And who exactly did the shit belong to? It was my shit.
Officer Cory says, I have no idea.
Oh, well, thank you. Yeah.
You say, thank you for your testimony.
All right, we're not getting into this. The jury makes their decision. And in the case of Jackie Robinson. They find the defendant guilty or not guilty. No!
Guilty.
No, the psychic didn't do shit. They're like, we don't believe in tarot cards.
You say, Judge, we need to go to trial immediately.
And the judge is just, where what do you think you are?
The judge says, fine. However, the jury has already made up its mind and you are not allowed to change their verdict.
All right. Next time on Definitely Not Law or Order. This trial is about murder or poop. I think the poop was evidence of the murder, but who knows? They couldn't figure out whose poop it was. So it's Jackie Robinson's poop.
It's the last day of school before summer vacation.
Cool.
All of the students are excited about their upcoming vacations. They are walking down the hallway when they spot a teacher and a student talking outside of class.
All right, that's the next case. Nice little teaser. That shit's not flying. Yeah. All right, next story. Let's see. Let me scroll back up here. We'll do business and then we'll do Rustbox. You are Doug, a children's entertainer who hates children. Very similar, but not the same as a prompt we've done before.
You have been hired to perform at the annual gala of the Arcadia Academy for Gifted Children in Los Angeles, California.
Okay.
Your contract stipulates that you will be paid $50,000 if your performance is deemed satisfactory by the board of directors and an additional $100,000 bonus if they deem.
All in one night? If they deem what?
It's superb.
Oh.
If you don't make a good impression on them, then they can fire you without any repercussions or pay you nothing at all.
Well, I'm
You
willing to
arrive
take
late
that
one
gamble.
night after driving from Las Vegas with your wife, Maria.
Oh my God, this is the gig of a lifetime. This could pay for like the next couple years of living. And we show up late because we drove from Las Vegas. We're tired. We're exhausted. We're sweaty. We haven't showered. We stink. Half our props are missing. And they're like, you're on. We go, oh, no. Can I get some coffee or something? They're like, no, you're on right now. I already called you out 5 minutes ago. You are exhausted, but you have to take the stage. You are petrified. As normally, you perform for 10 to 20 kids max. But this gala event has 3,000 kids and adults, all staring at you, waiting for you to act. Later, Rustbox. I might save your prompt, or I'll do it while you're gone. I'll let you know. I might try to save it for you. so that you could be here while your prompt's being played. But see ya. Thanks for stopping by.
It's like performing in front of thousands of people when only a few hundred would usually attend your show.
Well, that's generous.
What do you do?
I said 10 to 20 max.
This was my first time reading a story like this, so I had no idea what to expect.
You read a children's book that never fails to make the kids laugh.
The Very Hungry Caterpillar. This is not a funny book. You could tell that the author didn't know how to write humorously and just tried to force it into his work.
Wow, shots fired at the Very Hungry
said,
Caterpillar.
It was still entertaining enough for me to want to see where it went.
Oh, we're just trying to entertain ourselves. The kids come secondary, I guess. Oh, no. You try to motion to the producer standing right off stage and you don't realize your mic is on when you say, I didn't have a chance to go potty. I'm wetting and crapping my pants. The audience erupts into laughter.
They love it.
I guess they love it. Anime, you know what the people love.
You keep trying to find ways to entertain the crowd. You start dancing around the stage while singing the lyrics of the song, which is also not very funny. You are able to get some laughs out of the crowd by doing a little dance routine, but the director tells you to stop because he doesn't want to lose money.
Hey.
He wants the crowd to leave thinking you were awesome and not that you are a complete idiot.
Hey, if they're laughing, they're a liking, okay? And so what if I look like a complete idiot? You paid for entertainment, not for me to look cool.
Your last resort is to pull up the hood of your jacket over your head and pretend to be a robot.
Between your jacket covering your eyes and the bright stage lights, you forget where you are standing and take a hard fall off of the 10-foot stage, 10-foot tall stage. Oh no.
You hit your back on the ground and crack your spine.
Oh!
You feel numbness spreading throughout your body. You roll onto your side and look up at the audience. Some people are looking down at you. Others are laughing at you.
As the ambulance takes you away, you look down. You look at your check for the event and see that they paid you $150,000. You did it. You were superb. But at what cost? They laugh at a guy with a broken spine? Yeah. They thought it was all part of the act. They don't know that we literally broke our back.
You've lost the ability to walk.
Oh no!
You can barely move your arms and legs.
No!
You can't even sit up on your own.
Those damn kids!
Maria tries her best to comfort you as you lay there in pain, but she knows something isn't right.
Oh my god. Maria! I'm imagining that guy is Doug Heffernan if he took a different career path. Yeah, I could totally see that. It was supposed to be funny, like slapstick humor and like some physical comedy, maybe some Mr. Bean stuff, except horrific real world consequences took place. Happy, wholesome story. You get rich, but yeah, we just can't walk. But you know, who needs to walk anyway when you're rich? You are so happy that Maria has stuck by your side since you've been injured that you decide to buy her a ooh
New car. You pick out a brand new Mercedes-Benz SLK 350 coupe for her. She loves it. However, you soon learn that your savings account has run dry.
oh damn.
You're about to cry when Maria comes home with a big smile on her face.
All right, well we gotta look up if this is a real car. A Benz is definitely one. You can make robot legs for $150,000 minus the price of this car, which seems to be like $150,000. We could buy some really shitty robot legs. All right, what's this car look like? I don't think it exists, but just in case, let that load. Maria tells you how happy the new car has made her. And it brings a tear to your eye to see how happy you've made your wife.
She hugs you tightly and
Whoa!
kisses you passionately on the lips. You feel your cock stiffen and you wonder if she feels the same way about you as you do about her.
You didn't even get the official model. It's just called a coupe. Yeah. Uh-oh.
You ask her if she wants to celebrate with a nice dinner out.
Hey, that's a good sign, though. That got sexual, but it also told us that, hey, we might be paralyzed, but our dick still works. Maria lights up and says, "Where to? For dinner?" And asks, "Where do you want to go for dinner?" You pensively say, Taco Bell?
She gives you a strange look and says, "No, I think we should go somewhere special
Oh,
tonight."
oh yeah. Taco Bell. What was I thinking? That's just cheap and all I can afford. But no. We should go somewhere special.
Okay, you reply. What do you want to eat? Something romantic and delicious.
You strain, but take Maria to the fanciest restaurant in town. Oh,
The Ritz-Carlton.
a hotel?
You order a bottle of wine and a 3-course meal for two. You feel nervous as you stare at each other across the table. You both order the most expensive thing on the menu.
The waiter brings you a note from Jason from AiPD that's about a new job offer for you. You read the note.
Dear John, I'd like to extend an invitation to join our team. I think you'll find the benefits and opportunities to grow with us will be worth your time. Please give me a call to discuss.
You are thrilled at the chance to work for AiPD. You ask Maria, what about the soup kitchen? I spent all our money on that car you love, so we can't afford anywhere else. Let's just leave before the food arrives so we don't have to pay.
You're startled by the look of disappointment on Maria's face. You say, I'm sorry, baby. I promise next time we'll spend more money on a place to stay and less on the car.
Yeah, I really, when you get a lot of money, maybe hold off on big purchases until you realize anything big come up. And maybe budget, come up with something before you just buy one really expensive thing and waste it all. That Monday, you start your first day at AiPD working as a
Product manager.
okay.
Your new boss, Jason,
Yay.
introduces himself and then immediately starts firing questions at you.
All right, question number
You are
one.
stunned by how fast he talks and the way he seems to know everything about everyone in your department.
It's my company. Why wouldn't I know everything about it? Jason rattles off 5 questions in quick succession. One.
What are your strengths and weaknesses?
Very generic, but if you give me an interesting answer, that's good.
2. How do you get along with your coworkers?
I just want to make sure you're not a total psychopath.
3. Do you have any experience in the entertainment industry?
Because I have none.
4. Can you work long hours?
Because you're going to have to. And what's number 5?
5. Can you travel?
And can you take me with you in large suitcases so I don't have to pay?
You answer his questions and then he looks at you expectantly. You say, I'm great at getting along with people. I don't really know anyone here yet.
Well, you know me.
I've worked for the soup kitchen and was told that I'm good at organizing things.
Oh, we worked at the soup kitchen
I'm a
too.
hard worker and can work longer than most people. And I can travel. I've done some traveling for my church.
I can work 23 and a half hours a day. Longer than most. Jason tells you he has the perfect mission for you. Jason tells you he needs you personally to go and dot dot dot. What product does AiPD sell? Laughs. Professional laugh salesman.
Recruit one of the homeless men living under the bridge near your apartment complex.
Very strange. You need me personally to recruit a homeless man that lives nearby me? All right. I guess I could try.
He tells you that he wants you to convince them to come live in the new housing development being built nearby. He promises that once they move in, their lives will change for the better.
That night, you ask the homeless man, that night, you go under the bridge and try to mingle with the homeless man. Everyone ignores you except for one homeless man named
Jake. You talk to him briefly and tell him about your new job.
I'm gonna spice up his name. Jingly Jaws Jake. Jingly Jaws Jake is intrigued by your offer and agrees to move into the new apartments. Perfect. A few days later, Jingly Jaws Jake moves into the new building and you visit him.
You knock on his door and he opens it. Jingly Jaws Jake says, "John. Come in, please." You enter the apartment and find a small room with no furniture or decorations.
You look out on the balcony and realize Jingly Jaws Jake has an active barrel fighter going. You asked Jingly Jaws Jake, how are you liking not being... How are you liking having a home now?
Jingly Jaws Jake says, "I love it. This place is much nicer than the old shithole I lived in before."
Yeah.
You ask, "Why did you live under the bridge before?"
Great question. We probably should have asked that before we had this guy just move into a apartment building.
Jingly Jaws Jake says, "My girlfriend kicked me out of the house after I got caught stealing from her purse."
Hello, Jason. How are you liking having a home now? Yeah. What's up, sure, why not? Homeless people still have to pay rent. The homeless people still have to pay. Wait, what? If they live somewhere, who are they paying rent to? Is someone taking advantage of the homeless and stealing rent from them? I burned my last home down just to watch the photo. It was a fun show.
Jingly Jaws Jake says, "No, she didn't catch me."
Oop.
You ask, "Did you steal anything from my wife?"
They pay metaphorically, yeah. They pay with time and being homeless. And living in squalor on the streets, having to beg for everything. So I guess in a way, we should get Jake a job. You realize that giving Jingly Jaws Jake a home is not enough to make him turn his life around. And you find Jingly Jaws Jake a job in the local wanted ads.
Wanted, must be able to lift heavy objects, carry large boxes, and work long hours without complaint. Apply at AiPD.
Yes, our large box moving position. I think you could fill that, Jingly Jaws Jake.
You call Jason and tell him that you need more help to get Jingly Jaws Jake a job.
Oh, hey, look at that.
Jason tells you that he's found a job for Jingly Jaws Jake at the local Home Depot store.
He wasn't qualified enough to lift heavy boxes.
You go to the Home Depot store and interview Jingly Jaws Jake. You ask Jingly Jaws Jake if he's willing to work hard for the company.
Jingly Jaws Jake says no, and you hire him on the spot. That's the answer we're looking for at Home Depot.
You go back to AiPD and tell Jason about your new employee.
I guess we're just a Home Depot franchisee owner now.
Jason tells you that he needs you to take care of Jingly Jaws Jake's probation officer and schedule his drug tests.
Why do I have to do this? How is this part of my job? You try to figure out about Jingly Jaws Jake's past and ask the following questions. Did he not go through the 3-year box moving degree? Yeah, he was like, I'm not qualified for this.
1. What were you arrested for? 2. Did you ever get married? 3. Do you have any kids? 4. Are you still in contact with any family members?
Jingly Jaws Jake answers all of the questions except for why he was arrested. You are very suspicious by this and decide to Google it and see what comes up.
Homeless man arrested for stealing from woman.
Oh no!
You Google the name and find out that Jingly Jaws Jake was arrested for stealing from a woman.
Jingly Jaws Jake, why?
You are shocked and angry.
Your job title is do anything Jason asks you to do. Yeah, we're a startup. You gotta be versatile in what I ask you to do. So that's why we don't have job titles here, is because, I don't know what you're gonna be doing. If I was an employer, I'd be so tempted to hire someone who just said, I just want the job for the money. Yeah. I mean, that's honest. Like, I love the company. I love what you guys stand for. That's not true. You should be more suspicious of that person. That person is a master bullshitter. I'd be like, be honest. That woman was Princess Diana, yeah. So, the repercussions for stealing for her. And then she died afterwards. If we didn't steal from her, she would have never been in that car and she never would have died. So, Jingly Jaws Jake, you're going to get way too harsh a punishment. A lifetime of being homeless. You You return to Home Depot the next morning and confront Jingly Jaws Jake about his arrest.
You ask, Jingly Jaws Jake, why did you steal from that woman?
Oh, this is amazing.
Jingly Jaws Jake says, she was rude to me. She told me that I couldn't sleep on her couch because it had stains on it.
You can't sleep on my couch because it's got stains on it. So I'm going to steal from you. You ask, what did you steal? What exactly did you steal? Wow!
Jingly Jaws Jake says, a pair of panties.
Horny now.
You say, that's it.
That's it.
Jingly Jaws Jake says, yes. It was the only thing I could grab.
Sentenced to being chased by the Queen's royal swans, yeah. Princess Diana has died and it's Jingly Jaws Jake that's to blame. You think Jingly Jaws Jake might be able to get a pardon from the Queen if he just mails the panties back to the royal palace.
You call Jason and tell him that you need to take care of Jingly Jaws Jake's probation officer.
Yeah, we got something way more important to do.
Jason tells you that he already took care of Jingly Jaws Jake's probation officer and scheduled his drug tests.
You realize the shipping charges for shipping, for mailing, underwear, overseas, and decide to instead personally deliver the stolen panties to the Queen during her visit to New York City.
You go to the Queen's and find the exact address of the apartment where Jingly Jaws Jake lives. You go to the building and knock on the door. Jingly Jaws Jake answers the door and says, "Hello, John."
You tell Jingly Jaws Jake, I think the Queen of England has something to say to you. And then you ask the Queen to step out of the shadows and pardon Jingly Jaws Jake.
The Queen of England steps out of the shadows and asks, Jingly Jaws Jake, what do you have to say for yourself? Jingly Jaws Jake says, thank you, Your Majesty.
The Queen leaves. And you notice Jingly Jaws Jake has an odd smile on his face. Then you realize what has happened. Jingly Jaws Jake has stolen the the panties from the Queen of England. From the Queen. Jingly Jaws Jake is just like old Greg. Yeah, ever steal panties out of a shoe?
You tell Jason that you will need to file a police report against Jingly Jaws Jake for theft of government property.
You can't just keep stealing panties, Jingly Jaws Jake. What do you think is going on?
Jason tells you that he already filed the report and gave Jingly Jaws Jake a ticket for driving without a license.
There's no ticket for explicitly stealing the Queen's underwear, but this is the closest thing I can think of. Oh no! It's a little known fact that the Queen of England could just materialize in and out of the shadows. You know, it's one of those royal blood powers that we'll never understand. The Queen dies the following day. Oh boy. The Queen dies the following day. And her missing underwear make the front page. The royal police are hot on the case of the stolen underwear. Stolen royal granny panties. Oh my god.
Jingly Jaws Jake gets a job as a janitor at the local Home Depot store.
Yeah, I didn't like trying to help people, so I just go in and clean the store after at the midnight hour.
You start dating Jason again and you two live happily ever after.
Oh, I guess me and Jingly Jaws Jake were in a relationship.
Now it's time to give it a whirl.
Next time on Dating the Homeless. Next time on Homeless. Wait, what's a good name for this? Homeless Life Swap? Instead of wife swap? I'm trying. I'm reaching here.
Jingly Jaws Jake finds out that his girlfriend has been cheating on him with Jason.
Weird.
Can Jingly Jaws Jake save his relationship or will he lose everything?
He's already lost everything. I don't think he could go much deeper.
There is no spoon.
And then, out of nowhere, a fucking Matrix reference. What the fuck? We haven't said anything Matrix related whatsoever. Is the Matrix a homeless life swap? Is that what they're saying? I guess you're in the Matrix. In the real world, you're homeless. So homeless life swap. You're exchanging your Matrix life for your homeless swap. I don't know. All right. Can we get another quick prompt? We've got not a whole lot of time before the official episode begins. But does anybody have a quick pitch? You are blank and you are an occupation or in a situation. I need a name and a situation. Spoons, yeah. It's more of a Matrix reference, but I guess it could also be a room reference. I don't want to do Rust Box's prompt without him. So, if anybody that hasn't had a prompt, oh, here we go. Thank you. Sure, why not? Nice and quick. Just a good situation. You accidentally put your metal dildo in the microwave.
You have to get it out before someone sees you or hears you and calls security on you.
Yeah, so we know it's bad.
But how do you remove a metal cock from the machine? It's too hot, but you can't let go of it because if you drop it then that means someone will see.
And call security on you.
For sure. Your pussy is getting wet just thinking about this predicament. How are you going to solve it? Please help me by voting and commenting below.
It looks like you've been doxxed. Sure, why not? We can see where you copied this prompt from. It's
Hentai, how do I get this metal dildo out of the microwave?
Gomennasai. All right, here we go. Yeah, I will take over text to speech. Hold on. It was my first day at work as an office assistant. My boss has been nice enough to give me one of those cubicles with 2 chairs instead of the normal desk. Oh, it seems like a downgrade. 2 chairs instead of a desk and a chair. As expected, I spent most of my time sitting in front of a computer screen all day long while occasionally answering phones. I'll say, this is definitely a Nani? The boredom of office life was making me extremely horny. I took out my emergency dildo made of metal and attempted to use it, but it was far too cold. I needed a way to warm it up, and it had to be fast because I had a meeting in 7 minutes. I rushed to the break room and saw the microwave was available. I had made oatmeal earlier and didn't even give it a second thought. But then I remember the ancient wisdom my mother told me. Never put metal sexware in the microwave, or else. But it was too late. The sparks flew. Like the microwave was masturbating. I quickly shut it off by pulling the plug. But it was out of gas. A gas-powered microwave.
I immediately ran back to my desk to retrieve my emergency metal cock. It was so cold now, I could barely feel it.
Oh, wait, sorry, yeah.
I knew what I had to do. I needed to heat it up again.
I'll read that. Sorry, I forgot I redeemed. Yeah, I forgot Misha redeemed Jason. I immediately ran back to my desk to retrieve my emergency metal cock. It was so cold now I could barely feel it. I had 2 emergency metal cocks, apparently. I knew what I had to do. I needed to heat it up again. It's a steampunk cock, yeah. But like a dollar, I again used the microwave. Like a dullard? Like a stupid idiot. I used the microwave again. I again used the microwave. But this time I would only heat it for a few seconds. Surely that would minimize the damage and heat it ever so slightly. What were you thinking? My boss yelled at me. I tried to explain myself, but he wouldn't listen. He was furious. He said I was fired and I couldn't believe it. I was so angry at my boss that I threw the flaming hot metal dildo at him, at his face. Are you aiming for a lukewarm cock? Yeah, I think so. I think that's the best we can get it. It's either going to be just as cold as we put it in or flaming hot. So I think lukewarm would be a good a sweet spot.
Unfortunately,
Shit.
the dildo hit him right in the eye and burned him badly.
Okay, unfortunately the dildo hit him right in the eye and burned him badly. He went into surgery immediately. They gave him some painkillers and sent him home. I cried for hours after my boss left. Why, boss? Why did you fire me? Why was I so angry? Oh my God. Yeah. When people get fired and they have a bunch of shit on their desk. Yeah. Yeah. I can imagine she needs like 3 printer boxes full of dildos and she's just like, can anyone help me take my dildos? And everyone's just like, I'm not making eye contact with this bitch. Oh, help me. Can somebody please help me carry my dildos to my car? My Ford Focus. I don't want to put these on the ground. You pack up all the dildos from your desk and head home. You can't believe you were fired for doing something so stupid. But then it hits you. Your boss is in the hospital, and no one else at work knows you are fired. You attempt to show up for work on Monday and pretend like nothing happened. The old, I'm not fired. But you can't fool everyone. Your coworkers know you were fired and they are all gossiping about it. Oh my God, she was fired for putting her metal dildo in the microwave. No, I was fired for throwing the metal dildo at the boss and burning his eyes out of his socket. That's why I was fired. Cockeye the Sailor Man. It's all fine until she starts packing up all the 3XL chainsaw dildos. Chainsaw dildo? I'm surprised she hasn't tried to kill herself yet. Wow, that's rude. Yeah, she was such a good worker. She deserved a better job than being fired over something like that. Now that person's on my side. She's lucky she has a boyfriend who loves her despite her crazy fetish. I mean, I guess that's also true. Yeah. Normally, I think max you have like 3 or 4 dildos, but to have a desk filled with dildos of every state of matter and every type of element is a little bit odd. And why do you bring them to work? It's a little bit fetishy. It's a little bit like you're addicted to sex. You realize you might be a sex addict. And after work, you find a group meeting for Sexaholics Anonymous. It's got to exist. I don't know what it's actually called, though. After several months of meetings, we kept going. See, that's how you get help. You are finally free from your addiction and ready to start living a normal life again. Start living normally again. Okay. One night, you meet a cute guy named Brian. Uh-oh, I guess our other relationship just was like, oh, that's over. You're both single, excited to get to know each other. All right. How could this possibly go wrong? Brian asks you on a date, and you accept. On the way there, you ask him where he wants to eat. I don't know, he says. Where do you want to go? You smile and say, and accidentally say, I'm trying to think of like a restaurant cock pun. You smile and accidentally say, Cox Italian. You laugh nervously, and he laughs too. As you walk in, the restaurant is packed. Oh, I guess Cox Italian existed. There's a line out the door. You wait patiently, and suddenly a hand grabs your ass. Uh-oh. Who is this? Excuse me, a deep voice says. You turn around and see a big, muscular man holding your ass cheeks. I'm sorry, you apologize? No worries, sweetheart, he smiles. You notice. Hey, what's up, Rustbox? You notice the large man is famous WWE wrestler Randy Orton. Oh my God. My friends call me RKO. You giggle nervously and shake his hand. Randy Orton, I'm Ava. Oh, we learned our own name. He grins and tells you he loves your tits. Well, I think this date's over, and I think we're going to date Randy Orton's monster cock and take his monster dong. He's known for his giant metal cock. Yeah. Hello, Cory. I don't know if you've been watching, but
Oh, I have been. I was like, look at Randy Orton.
hell
Oh.
yeah. Here we go. Let me switch over here.
Man has an 8-pack.
And apparently a giant metal cock, because we're just like a metal detector for a giant metal cock. Cory arrived at a very
He'd have an
interesting time.
advantage in the squared circle with that. He could wield it like a weapon.
Yeah. But now you realize you are attracted to Randy Orton because of his
Hello.
alleged
Ahoy, everyone.
giant metal cock. You excuse yourself and make your way to the bar. You order a glass of wine and take a seat next to Randy. Is our date still like just sitting at the table alone now and just watching us?
She'll be right back. We'll order in a minute.
Yeah. She's at the bar with Randy Orton. And he goes, oh, well, can I eat both the dinners? Is there any rules against that? And he goes, no. Yes, you can,
No.
I guess. You order a glass of wine and take a seat next to Randy. He orders a beer and sits down beside you. So tell me about yourself, he says. You tell Randy, I'm a recovering sex addict.
And you really think dating me might be the best decision for that?
Oh, yeah, what kind of sex did you have? I prefer women, you admit. This coming from a lady who had a desk filled with dildos at work. How many times a week do you jerk off? I haven't jerked off since I got fired, you say. Oh my God. Wow, she really did get things under control. That's heroic restraint that I don't know. I guess if you're an addict, you'd have to cut it off cold turkey.
Yeah, you can't have anything vaguely dick-shaped in the house.
Yeah.
Like,
all the bananas are gone. No eggplant parm ever again. Bye-bye sausage and hot dogs. Hamburgers only.
do you wear a chastity belt is it a kink? And it's like, no, it's completely necessary.
It's for the safety of my neighbors and everyone around me. Yeah. I had to register my vagina as a lethal weapon. Even knives have to be double-ended.
Instantly sex you to death.
Yeah. Randy takes you home and attempts and you resist the urge to instantly have sex with him. But that doesn't last. And soon enough, Randy is flying off the bedpost and into your vagina.
Is it? Oh, okay. It's like, is he doing the flying double kick?
So you're celibate. Well, not anymore. We didn't resist. I mean, who could resist Randy Orton? That night, you fuck Randy and come hard. The next day, you wake up feeling guilty. Yeah, I mean, I just got out of rehab and I instantly had hardcore sex with a large man.
Are sex addicts never allowed to have sex?
Yeah.
I mean, it can't be exactly like Alcoholics Anonymous where it's like, no, man, drinking's the devil.
There's got to be some healthy medium, but this isn't it.
Yeah,
you wonder if you should tell Randy how much you enjoyed having sex with him. No, he's going to want to do it again and again. You'll never make it out of his bedroom alive. You decide to wait until after your next appointment. Good. Have sex once, and then after your Sexaholics Anonymous, determine what's going to happen.
Crawling off the bed. Please, Randy, no more.
Help, Randy, please.
He's like, you stepped into the squared circle.
You leave and tell everyone at Sexaholics Anonymous what happened. To your surprise, everyone starts applauding. Yay, you cried. Yes, you can finally stop being a sex addict, huh? Congratulations, Ava. You've made it through another week. I guess I have. You smile and return to your office. Oh, yeah, we were fired, but yeah.
We're still keeping up the lie.
Yes, exactly.
Like, until you drag me out of here with security, I'm going to keep showing up.
Randy shows up to your work to surprise you with an RKO. I can only assume that's his finisher. Holy shit, you scream. It's okay, Ava. I won't hurt you anymore. I mean, after this, though. No, don't leave me alone here.
After I do this to
you. Relax, Ava. You're safe now. I'll never bother you again, he promises. You fall to your knees crying and beg him not to leave. Please stay with me, you sob. He holds your face in his hand, kisses you tenderly on the lips. And I think that's the perfect place to end and get into the real episode. Next time on WWE Superstars helping the sexually addicted. Bonus story: The Unexpected Gift Part 2. You worked late on Friday night and you're exhausted when you get home. Just as you walk into your house, a huge truck pulls up behind yours. A huge dump truck, and that means Rikishi is here to have sex with you.
That would be terrifying.
Yeah, his end move was sitting on your face, and it was stinky because he was so fat. Yeah, I don't get it. All right, here, hi ho wee way. Here begins story one. Get ready for story one. Just so I know where to cut the episode.
That was good.
Our first prompt is by. Oh, I'm gonna refund your points there, Misha, for that last story. The Wizards of the Costco. Thank you, Wizards of the Costco, for this prompt. Oops, it's gone. Ooh. Hold on.
Thank you, Wizards.
Thank you, Wizards.
I'm looking forward to this.
Okay. Whoa. Uh-oh.
Oh.
It's still like loading the other story. Hold on. Let's do WWE Love Bug Addict. Uh-oh, I might have run out of space on my storage there, but hopefully.
Oh.
I'm just waiting for this to get ready for story one.
Saw another story, the strip tank.
Oh, yeah. That was a stripper version of the Shark Tank. That was a pretty fun one. Uh-oh, NovelAI is down. Oh, come on, NovelAI. All right, let's reopen. Huh? Ooh, close that. Open this one. Holding for NovelAI. I might have to delete some of my old stories here.
Oh, no.
You can wait for it to become responsible or exit the page. Okay, I guess we're exiting the page. It couldn't handle Randy. Randy, I imagine, just shut down the entire servers.
Randy RKO Novel AI.
That server was, or that was like the shutdown command for the servers. They're like, what? We're suffering. It looks like a DDoS attack, but it's from one thing. Oh no!
Emergency meeting.
Yeah.
Who made the password Randy Orton RKO? There's one guy wearing like a WWE. He has a belt. He just wears it out in public.
Yeah.
It wasn't me.
Not me.
This profiling. I take offense to that.
Thick bandwidth. Oh, here we go. I think we're back. I think we're good. Story one.
Get ready.
Get ready for story one. You are Scary Gygax, creator of the tabletop RPG Dungeons and Dragons. Before you were hanged for your twisted games, did that happen? You were working on your magnum opus, D&D 6.66. Oh, spooky. Now, a newlywed couple has just moved into your former home. Ooh, okay. A little Beetlejuice vibes. You use your ghostly powers to manipulate them into completing your work. When the husband discovers your secret game lab, you can tell he has the following 10 attributes.
I could
Okay.
break you down into D&D 6.66 rules like that.
Oh, yeah, sorry. You're right. Sure, why not? How stupid of me. Creator of the tabletop RPG Dungeons and Dungeons. There's no dragons up in here. You
I
can
didn't
tell
even
you.
notice. I was like,
Yeah, I was
sounds
just
right.
my brain short circuited. It was like that's just Dungeons and Dragons. Oh wait, this is a new fantasy game. Oh, that's right. Completely legal and original Dungeons and Dungeons. It's just lots of
Yeah.
dungeons. It's like trains,
It has
trains, and
10
more
attributes.
trains. uh, the husband has the following 10 attributes: courage 5, cunning 7, strength 6, willpower 4, wisdom 3, charisma 2, agility 8,
Jeez.
magic 0, spirit 1, and luck 3. So we're cunning and agile. We got a little bit of strength and courage. And everything else is shit.
Yeah. Very courageous. Just don't tell me to cast a spell.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Or else. The husband.
Your first encounter.
Oh, yeah. You got it. Yeah. Take it away. A horrid game against the Glock Goblin. A gun based monster. I've always wanted to play D&D with like uh a DM that's like at like a game place, so I don't have to do any of the work. So I could just like show up and like have fun. Like I've been really addicted to watching clips of Dimension 20, and that guy is amazing. And if I was just like, it's all these funny people, and he really does an amazing job at like dungeon mastering all these different games. And if I could just offset all the work of that and just have fun in a world that somebody else creates, man, that would be the dream.
The goblin shrieks, "You gives me your shinies!" Crawls from beneath a shrub.
Mm-hmm. Before dying in a puddle of its own filth. Your wife sees this exchange as an opportunity to impress her new friends by cooking dinner. Ew. Unfortunately, she forgets it's still summer vacation, so all she has is canned ravioli. You know, the classic meal of summer. Canned ravioli.
I love being out in the hot sun all day and coming into a greasy bowl of heartburn. That really soothes.
Oh man, that thing, it's like weirdly way too acidic. It's like, oh god, what
That's what
otherworldly?
gives it its shelf life.
Yeah. It kills the bacteria and you, but slowly. You summon a hot tub with a portal to the dungeon and dungeon world you created. The husband enters and is transported to your world. He walks around the house looking at your books, notices a note stuck under the door, and picks it under his door, picks it up, reads it, and looks confused. Then he hears something coming down the stairs and hides behind the couch. Jason doesn't want to do all the character creation. Yeah, exactly. Well, I want to do the character creation, but not for like a bunch of one-shot characters or I don't know. It just takes a lot of time to DM, whereas that like playing is the fun part.
It takes so long to DM.
Yeah. And then you do all this work and then they do something that like you spent like hours creating this scenario and then they do something in 15 minutes and steamroll past this whole arc because they killed like the main quest giver of whatever you had set up.
Yeah, I don't know. I could go on about that all day. The best laid plans, you will do so much more improv than actual pre-planning in D&D.
DM is like a full-time job. Yeah, it really is. And yeah, it's like herding cats. Like everyone wants to be creative and do their own thing, and you have to like somehow funnel it into the world, like, and have real-world consequences, or to be like
every player has fun in different ways. They all have enjoyment out of the game in different ways. Like some people like the puzzles, some people like the social interaction, some people are just there for the combat.
Yeah.
And it's like
I want to crawl around the world like a spider. I want to crawl on the ceiling. Well, you have 3 agility, so you better just roll 3 20s in a row, and then it happens, and you're like, well, I guess you're a Spider Woman now.
I don't know, all that low strength that really shrank your muscle mass. You only need like strong fingertips.
Yeah. Can you get paid to be a DM? I'm pretty sure. I don't know how much. I think you could be like an official Wizards of the Coast DM and DM like at events and stuff. I don't know.
Someone put a job posting on the D&D subreddit that was like, we want you to DM a DM session for a bunch of kids as an extracurricular activity, and like try and extol the virtues of going to school in it, and like impart history onto them, and like it needed to tick all these boxes. And I'm like, yeah, a good D&D campaign would probably tick all those boxes. That's a fun job.
Yeah.
But I think for the people who would be at the sessions you're talking about, Jason, like we have 10 tables and 10 different DMs, and they're all doing the same adventure today.
Yeah.
You're in one of the parties. Those guys, I think, is just a labor of love. I don't know if you get paid for that.
Yeah, I think that's just volunteer. Learn while playing. Yeah, of course. Yeah, there's a lot of people that it's their first time when they play games. So.
Oh yeah, I have one person in my campaign right now. It's absolutely fresh. Never done anything in D&D before.
Yeah, it's really. I always tell people who are afraid of it, it's just make em ups at the end. So, I mean, there's rules and stuff around it, but you don't need to know any of that. Adventurers League, yeah, exactly this. Yeah. But there's game shops around here where it's not. They just have like DMs that run stuff that's not Adventurer League. They just do it for the love of the love of the game.
It's a thing I made up.
Yeah.
I just need players.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I bet you those people are great DMs.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. The husband sees an alien figure walk down the stairs. This creature is ... wearing a tuxedo and smoking a cigar. All right. It approaches the couch where the husband is hiding and says, "Hi there, honey. I'm just here to pick up some stuff." The husband cautiously steps up from behind the couch. Yeah. Wow, I did not expect that. I thought it was going to be a goblin or maybe a little ghouly guy, maybe a demon, if anything. But no, it's just this weird thing in a tuxedo. And it's got an addiction to tobacco.
The figure offers you a cigar, or the husband.
Yeah. It's Louis
Scary Gygax. We're watching this through the portal.
That's not okay, Misha. He's not a creature. He's a guy. He's a famous guy.
And creates a magical flame to light it.
Come on, baby, let my fire. Maybe some kind of monstrosity. Yeah, it's like a beholder or whatever. What are those giant eye things? Time is money, my friend. Yeah.
The husband puffs the cigar and plumes of smoke ooze
fantasy
portal
smoke.
and
Ooh,
smell
watch out for the smoke attack.
Oh, this is extra spooky.
It's a smoke, oh, it's a smoke. It smells like a mixture of incense, sweat, cheap perfume, and stale beer. The husband coughs and asks what kind of stuff. The alien responds, stuff, and then passes out, presumably because all of those things. Is that spelled
Wet.
smook? Yeah, I think so. That's what I imagined, Bez. Smoky smook.
That is disgusting.
Fog equals smoky smook equals smook. Yeah.
Oh, it's getting real spooky out there tonight.
Yeah.
What? You know, the fog. This is... if I get the chance to drop that in public.
You greet the husband and notice he has made your alien friend pass out. You tell the husband that you are the creator of this world and that he is a pawn in your game of Dungeons and Dungeons.
How do you think I knew all your attributes? I made them.
Mm-hmm. You send him to the first dungeon with your alien friend. Your friend, the alien. After a few days, the husband returns to the second floor of the house and finds a strange contraption in the middle of the room. He sees a pair of golden wings attached to the contraption and an open book titled Dungeons and Dragons sitting atop of it. Uh-oh. Did he just verbatim copy pasted the whole book?
They discovered our secret.
Oh no.
No, I'm not Gary Gygax. Scary.
Yeah, I'm different. Legally distinct, scary Gygax.
Creator of Dungeons and Dungeons.
Yeah.
You may have heard of its knockoff, Dungeons and Dragons.
The husband confronts you for blatant plagiarism. Plagiarism? There. Close enough.
Well, husband has raised the stakes considerably.
And you lie. But it's no use. He knows the truth. And now he must die. You grab your greatsword off the mantle and challenge the husband to a fight to the death. He was hung for plagiarism, yeah. Your opponent attacks with his sword, but you block it easily. Your wife watches from the kitchen window, our wife, and screams when she sees blood spurt out from the man's neck. She rushes outside and runs away screaming. Distracted by your terrified wife. The husband manages to counterattack with a weapon of his own. Give us a good weapon. A frying pan. He swings a pan at you and misses. You dodge and swing and take the opportunity to chop off his head. When you return to your realm and your wife has not yet returned. Well, I think this marriage is over. Who was the husband married to? She was there earlier. But only we teleported to this weird world.
You need to hunt down your wife.
She's eating canned ravioli, so.
You suit up and fill your pockets.
Thank you, Shirley. Yes, the wife.
With,
of course.
with ravioli.
Yes, this will help. And this will last a long time. This thing has a 10-year shelf life. You leave the house and go to the store for supplies. On your way back home, you spot your wife shopping. You follow her and see her buy some groceries. You decide to test your ability to read minds.
Doesn't work. You cannot read minds.
You read her mind. I am going to kill my husband and eat him. Oh my God. You know that your wife is crazy, so you decide to do nothing. You enter the house and find your wife staring at the severed head of your husband. Oh, of my husband, the guy who I put in the game, I think. Yeah, that's it. That's right. It makes sense. We're scary guy geeks. Next time. Oh shit, it's already not 22. Next time.
Oof.
On Dungeons and Diners and Drive-Ins.
And dives.
and dives. Diners and dives. Yeah. She eats him. Spoiler alert, she eats him. See you next episode.
See you next episode.
Honey, this is your loving husband, Tim. I've been doing some research on the internet about how to make a better woman out of you. And she goes, huh, funny. I've been reading this recipe book about how to make a better husband stew out of you.
I'm sorry, honey. I was only half listening. What did you say?
All right. Moving on to story 2. You might find yourself reading story 2 and ask yourself, how did I get here? Gary Fieri. Yeah. Gygax Fieri. Would you like to read people's minds? No, I think I would want to die if you just knew what everyone was thinking and not saying. Because what you say is like a very filtered way. You have the time to think. Because sometimes I think, what if I just drove off a cliff right now? But I'm not actually going to do it. But sometimes I think that. I'm just like, well, what if I just take this random guy and shove his head into a mailbox? I don't actually want to do that. It just goes through my head like that. So if you could hear all of people's thoughts and weird ramblings and psychotic, ethereal minds, just...
What if I was the passenger and I could read your mind? Like,
yeah.
Oh, what if I just did this? I'd be like, no, please don't. And grab the steering wheel.
And then we both die. And whereas nothing would have happened before. So,
Yeah.
this next prompt is by Anonymous. Thank you, Anonymous.
Thank you, whoever you are.
Whoever you are. Sammy is a famous rock star. He is known to millions of people across the world. His face is plastered everywhere. When he gets interviewed on the news, it always starts off with him being asked about what life was like when he was in Guantanamo Bay for possession of drugs? I don't think you go to Guantanamo Bay for drugs. His answers always seem to be vague. I'm pretty sure that's like a political prison. Sammy doesn't really want to talk about that time period at all. It's not exactly something he wants to remember or dwell upon. Understandable completely. It's a hellscape. In fact, there are days where he wishes he could just forget everything and start over again, as if none of this ever happened. I completely understand. I Love Sammy is a famous rock star, but I promise. Yeah. My name is Sammy. And we all know what Sammy thinks about Winona's Big Brown Beaver. Drugs can be political. I guess you're right.
You get a call from your agent saying, I have 6 interviews lined up for you today.
Normally, people who go to Guantanamo Bay don't make a music career out of it. I guess there's nothing stopping you, though. But it's just very unlikely. Oh! Cory disappeared. Hello! Welcome back.
That was interesting. Just crashed.
It just crashed? Oh, no. You get a call from your agent saying, I have 6 interviews lined up for you today. You think nothing of it until she tells you one of them will take place inside the infamous Pentagon prison camp located in Cuba. Your heart sinks as you realize how much trouble you've gotten yourself into now. Oh my God. Okay, why are they doing a music show at the Pentagon prison camp? An interview, I guess, yeah.
And you hear me over all of the prisoners shouting. No, I can't.
Yeah. You put on Cory from AiPD's captivating sweatshirt, and despite your better judgment, head to do the interview with Fox News's new MTV clone. Sammy. Whoa! They named a network after us. Sammy. As soon as you walk through the door, you can feel eyes burning holes in your back. Cameras flash in...
I like you say, man, this sucks. Just really set the tone for the interview. You let out a... Oh, I can hear you. Interesting.
Test. Okay, we're back. Whoa. Thank you, Rustbox. And thank you, Misha, for pointing out. I got it. I'm back. Turn the mic on. Thank you, Misha. Yeah.
You let out a, man, this sucks, as you fall into your chair. Put on your shades.
Yeah. I'm too rock and roll for this Pentagon prison camp. Bam! And then we just start playing a impromptu concert.
Prisoners start shaking the bars. They're
Yeah.
like, yeah.
Yeah. The camera stopped rolling.
6 people get murdered in the camp.
But they had smiles on their faces, so. The camera stopped rolling, and suddenly, everyone is quiet. There are only 2 other people in the room besides you and Sammy. Well, we're Sammy. One of them is an older man who looks like he might be the camp commander. You say, "You in the orange shirt come here often?" The old guy laughs and says, "No, I'm not a fan of the music." Then why are you here? Cool, you say. So what brings you here today? Did you hear about our recent controversy involving Sammy, which is me? Actually, I gotta next this and see.
Are we talking about the interview clones?
Oh, yeah, maybe. He shakes his head no and asks, "What's going on with Sammy?" You look around nervously and then answer him. "Well, we were filming some scenes for a video game called Sammy's Island, and Sammy got caught with drugs in his possession."
We're talking about ourselves.
Yeah. The camp commander.
This is how I cope with stressful situations. I just start talking in the second person or the third person. Sammy doesn't like that.
Yeah.
Sammy doesn't think.
Sammy doesn't feel too good about this sandwich he's eating. The camp commander goes red in the face. He screams, "I hate them damn devil-worshipping heathens." If I was president, I would toss all people like Sammy into jail and horrible jails just like this.
Turn it down, you say. Well, I gotta say to you, when you tell me not to play, I say no.
No, Guantanamo Bay, no. You ask him, "Do you know anything about the drug ring that's operating out of Guantanamo Bay?" Oh, we're trying to make his eyes pop out of his head. He looks at you suspiciously and says, "Why you wanna know?" You smile at him and say, "Because my job is to find out what's happening in the world and... ... expose any secrets the government may have been hiding. That's why I'm here. So, tell me about this drug ring." He shrugs his shoulders and says, "Nothing to brag about."
Dude, this plan by Sammy is fantastic.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you think you're interviewing me? I'm actually interviewing him.
Yeah. I'm trying to get revenge while doing this interview. Sammy is 100% the leader of the drug ring. Maybe. And he's just like, "I don't know who it is. But, you know, as soon as I arrived here, I saw a big shipment of drugs being transported into the prison. I don't know who did that. Was it me?" Mm-hmm.
You pull a folder of documents from beneath your cushion. Your seat cushion.
It's my dossier, my drug dossier. I thought Sammy was a rock star, not a whistleblower. Well, I think he's trying to just create a prison riot here by enraging and this camp commander. "Tonight there's gonna be a jailbreak." Talking about his drugs in third person is how he got caught. Yeah, Sammy Sammy does a lot of drugs. More than he's dealing, usually. Hey, you're Sammy, aren't
But
you?
hey,
All
that
right, feel
makes me
free to
not much
rest.
of a drug dealer.
Yeah, sorry. I clearly should go right to jail.
And say, is this you in this photo smuggling drugs in the anuses of prisoners, which you then sell back to them?
Yes. And we go, oh, no, no. Sammy says no. Sammy can't go back to Guantanamo Bay. Sammy is going to say a hard no on that implicating question. He grunts and says, yup.
Ain't I?
Duh. You show him the picture of Sammy. He scoffs and says, that's not me. And I ain't never smuggled drugs in no prisoner's ass. I'm too busy with my duties as a soldier to be messing with that shit. You say, how about this one? You show him another picture of Sammy with a gun pointed at his head. The camp commander finally puts it together. The camp commander was a prison guard at Guantanamo Bay when Sammy was imprisoned.
What'd you do
There.
to get this cushy job, huh?
And now Sammy is back for revenge. Sammy pulls out an electric guitar shaped like a battle axe. Plays a sweet chord and kicks the camp commander into the most savage
Yes.
cell block in the prison. The camp commander is torn to shreds by the vengeful prisoners. Bam! You ask the camp commander as he's being torn to shreds, do you know anyone else involved in the drug ring? He points at the camera and says, fuck you. You laugh and you say, you're right. Fuck me. Uh-oh. The director yells, cut, cut. What the fuck is wrong with you people? We need to see some more emotion out of you guys. You're supposed to be angry. I'm not angry. I just got my vengeance. Okay, put them back together. Stitch them back together. Let's take that scene again. We need the emotional angle.
I'm not angry. I'm just yelling, fuck you.
You continue to play an awesome riff from your number one hit metal song. You suck, Sammy. The camp commander is so enraged he tears his shirt off and throws it at you. You laugh and say, thanks. He continues to rip his pants off and reveal a pair of underwear made from the finest Cuban silk. What? Uh-oh, he's working with Castro.
A loud whistle comes from the prison cells.
Okay. This is all a music video. This would be the best music video. There's just like 30 minutes of build-up and then it plays the song. It's like, holy shit. Oh, I forgot we were watching MTV.
at the sight of the commander's underwear.
Oh, who's got this whistle?
Oh, I imagine like a cat calling.
Oh, okay, yeah. You laugh again and say, "What's the deal with those panties, huh, Commander?" He grabs the microphone and shouts, "Who tossed this guy a microphone?" He grabs the microphone and shouts, "The deal is, they're mine. I'm the only person allowed to wear them. You rip off the silk underwear and strut around, saying,
Sammy, Sammy has taken your underwear.
I'm the commander. I wear silk underwear." The camp commander tries to grab the mic, but you push him away and continue to sing, "Sammy's in love with me." What? What did you just say? Nothing. The camp commander falls to the ground screaming, "No! No, I'm not gay. I'm straight as an arrow." Oh, now it's definitely. You stand over him, scream, "Yes, you are. You love Sammy." He screams, "No, I don't." The first image result for Cuban Silk. Oh boy.
Oh.
Ah, that I was expecting something much more heinous. That's what they kill little dogs and turn them into underpants. They call it Cuban Silk.
Oh,
Truly a
God.
horror story. We don't have spiders in Cuba. We kill little puppies and turn them into underwear. That's Castro nowadays. Isn't Castro dead? Pretty sure he's dead. They call me Cuban Silk. Yeah. They call me Cuban Silk. Da, 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 da.
You play an awesome guitar riff and all of the cell doors open.
Oh, fuck yeah. Oh, you forgot to hit enter.
Oh.
There you go.
Well, embarrassing.
No, it's okay. The prisoners drag the camp commander out of the building and beat him to death with his own electric guitar. Oh, he had one as well? Maybe we had more in common than we originally thought. Everyone in the room starts laughing hysterically. You jump up and down and yell, "Oh my God!
You killed him."
This is the best day ever." Okay. The director yells, "Cut, that was terrible. I want to see more angle and less sex." No, it's too much sex. I'm sick of watching men get naked and hump each other. And then we turn around and we're like, everyone went right from fighting to just having sex with each other. And we go, well, this is what happens when they're so, locked up and watched all the time. Somewhere Gary Busey is really angry. All right, next time.
On Locked Up Raw Dog.
On Locked Up with Sammy.
In this show, I'll be going to the world's toughest prisons and interviewing corrupt, drug dealing.
Wardens and leaders of the prison. Sammy and the boys are still locked up, and Sammy has discovered a way to escape his cell. She will use the magic of love to defeat all of the guards. I guess once you kill a camp commander, they're like, "You're already in jail. We're just gonna lock you in the jail that you're in right now." It's almost Christmas, and Sammy's family is coming to visit her at the military prison. Oh, it's a Christmas episode.
We took an 18-hour, 6-passenger plane to get here to this island prison.
It's wholesome. All right, last story of the night. It's the last story of the night, story 3. The last story of the night's by Misha, and it's in the AI module of military sci-fi. Thank you, Misha.
Thanks, Misha. Right.
James Bond was not a believer in ghosts. There were some strange occurrences, yes, but that did not mean anything supernatural or paranormal happened around him. He didn't like it either way, and he had grown accustomed to being able to walk away from a haunted house.
I feel like the other shoe's gonna drop.
But now, for the first time, James Bond felt something very real, and he wanted to know what it was. He closed his eyes and listened. It sounded as if someone was crying, but there was no one else around to cry. It's Janice. You can't. You're dead. James Bond in The Ghost Who Blew Me. Oh, I would love for that to happen. Yeah, where's a paranormal James Bond? That's a market they really have not tapped into. They did kind of like voodoo with what's his face and the Egyptian temple thing.
Oh yeah, Baron Samedi.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. James follows the sound to the basement and encounters
an old woman standing by a furnace. Uh-oh, scary. She's dressed in rags and her hair tied back in a bun. Her face is gaunt and lined with wrinkles, but she looks strong and healthy. Yeah. James gets closer. But it is clear this woman is not of this earth. Not of this earth, not of this world.
Yeah, world.
Gaunt and healthy? Yeah, that's a little bit of... I guess I could see that being a thing. Just like a big leathery wrinkled face, but then a Mr. Universe body. Like, and yeah, maybe bad spina bifida, but she's ripped.
Yeah, like
healthy, but...
Taut and leathery.
The woman speaks to him, but he can only understand half of what she says. James Bond gonna die. The woman tells him about the fire and how they could have saved everyone except her husband. The woman is clearly distraught and begs James to save them all. Oh, okay. So she's like a ghost from when this building apparently burned to the ground. Well, I can't time travel, so you're fucked. Sorry, everybody.
The old lady points at the furnace and asks, "Please save my husband."
He's sitting there. He's in the back of the furnace. Can you turn it off? No! Get in there and save my husband. Listen.
A person probably couldn't fit in there. They can when you burn them real good.
Yeah. Just chop off your arms. And then falls down dead. Oh, creepy. So she gives us our mission, points in the furnace, and then disappears. James reaches out to touch her and feels nothing. I feel nothing. I'm a British special agent.
To me.
I feel nothing for this old woman I've just met. Time to go back to Secret HQ. Bond stands up and heads back upstairs. He knows what he saw was real, but it doesn't make any sense. You know, this isn't the first woman James Bond has touched and then felt immediately nothing for.
Ooh.
Oh, he's a
Take
dirty
that.
dog.
Every Bond girl.
Mm-hmm. Hey, what's up, Seventh Stage?
Time to report this poor dead homeless woman to the authorities.
Q? Yep, dead old ghost lady. Furnace. Yep, she wanted me to get in. I said no. And then she just faded away into nothingness.
Do I have that pen on me? Well, of course I do, Q.
Yeah. Oh, is it?
Full of acid, you say?
Yeah. You find a crate full of tin spag bowl. And
Shake your hands together. Yeah.
and
James is eating good tonight.
rub your hands together at the fantastic meal you know you are having tonight.
Hand noodles. Always kind of weird.
Yeah. As you pop the tab on your first can of Spag Bowl, you are greeted by Gary Neighbor, the cowboy riding horse. Even better than Dirty Nary. Okay, I see. Horse puns. I like it.
The man, the cowboy being rode, must just be buff to have
Yeah.
a horse on top of him.
Did I fire 6 shots or 7? 6 or 5 or 6. I don't know how many. I'm a horse. I don't know how many bullets go into a revolver.
He tries to fish it out of his holster and it's with hooves.
Yeah. I'm too horse-like to be scary. Gary takes a long pull from his beer bottle and looks at you with a smile. You look back at him and return the smile. So, where's your wife? He asks. Yep.
Coming on me, Gary?
Yeah. You coming on to me, Gary? You tell Gary. You are not married. And if anything, you are married to your work. Well, I'm sure she'll be along soon, he says. I've got some great news for her. Gary, your ears aren't working. You're not comprehending anything we're saying. Oh,
He wasn't
really?
listening at all.
What might that be? Gary leans forward and lowers his voice. Cory from AiPD's Handsome Socks. Gary whispers. Cory from
Barter.
AiPD's Handsome Socks. And you lean in for a kiss. This just feels right. But it's so wrong, but it feels so right.
The cowboy tradition. It's our version of mistletoe.
Yeah, Cory socks.
That sock I smell?
You lock lips and feel something warm running down your thigh. Whoa. When you open your eyes, you see Cory staring at you, smiling. We're married, you say, laughing. James Bond is having like a weird fever dream on Ghost Island. Like, what the fuck?
And that horse showed up and started talking at me.
Yeah.
And before I knew it, I had married a man.
Yep. You hear the cackling of the old woman from earlier. And by the time you realize where you are at. It is too late.
I'm
You
glad that
are.
we're not investigating the thigh substance.
Yeah, exactly. We're not. You are in the furnace. And it is about to turn on. You quickly look around for a ghostly husband. That and see none. Oh, great! You reach out to touch him, but feel nothing. I see nothing, and I reach out to touch nothing. You hear the sound of crying again, and this time it sounds like it's coming from above you. You look up and see the old woman floating over you. Huh? Well, you tricked me into this furnace. Are we dead now? Or is she about to summon a ghost spirit bomb? I've got you, James Bond.
The old woman cackles as she sprinkles a foul powder on you. Oh no.
Oh, yeah. She gave us the nightmares, or night stallions in this case. Oh. Man, 7th, you are... Your horse pun game is strong. It burns! It burns! She cries. Well, stop tossing it at me. I don't want it to
Got
be
a little
burning.
blowback.
Yeah, the furnace flames are like throwing it all back in her face. She's just like, oh god, heat rises. Ah! You try to get away, but she pushes you into the furnace. Oh, okay, well, we managed to escape, but then we get thrown right back in. The furnace turns on and began to heat rapidly. No!
You quickly remember your array of spy gadgets.
Oh yeah, yeah. What inventions does we got? Yeah, here we go. Let's list them out. Spag bowl, no. Spag bowl opener, no. This is gonna help.
Damn it.
Spag bowl reordering device, no.
If I cover myself in spag bowl, I'll insulate myself from the flames.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. What a convenient. You grab the remote control for the fireplace and push the button. The flames go out immediately. You hear the old woman cackle. You throw the gas ring onto the floor and the gas comes out of the valve. Oh. Wow. You know what? When we first got that gadget, we go, when the fuck are we going to need a fireplace remote? But, you know what? They're always thinking 8 steps ahead. So.
You really saved my bacon back there.
You spray the old woman right in the face with a load of gas. You get a safe distance away.
A load? Is it a big ball of gas?
Yeah, I'm gonna say that. You get a safe distance away and blow her away with a big ball of gas. A big flaming ball of gas. You spray the woman with your mysterious hot dye something. Yeah. Oh. The old woman is sent flying and lands in the water below. You hear the crying again. Shut up. You look up and see the old woman floating above the water. Please help me, she says. Oh, we got another spy gadget, I have a feeling. Yeah, here's
into
my
your
Hellraiser
coat.
cube, old woman. Ah!
You reach into your coat pocket and pull out another spy gadget.
Yes.
Uh,
Miniaturized transceiver. You press the button and speak into the microphone. Help me. The old woman floats above the water crying. What do you want me to do? You say, not you. Her. And Q crashes through the ceiling with the perfect ghost hunting weapon, British engineering could possibly come up with. A flamethrower! The old woman is sent flying and lands into the water below. We made a makeshift flamethrower, but I guess it's not as good as this one. Q laughs and shoots the old woman with a burst of flame. She screams as she is engulfed in fire, and you hear her cry, "It burns!" Q crashes through the ceiling and dies. Alternate ending, yeah. The ceiling was too strong, and she just pancakes.
you just hear the crunch and the like the flop, flop,
And
flop.
then we notice, like, blood starts to drip through the ceiling. And we're like, oh my god, Q, no!
She hits the ground and the tank goes off and the flamethrower.
Yeah, it's just really it's just the almighty fuck up. It was supposed to look cool coming through the ceiling, but she really should have just, like, landed on the roof and came through the fire escape or something.
That's why you're not a field agent, Q.
Oh my god.
Stick to R&D.
Yeah. Alright. Next time on 007 Ghost Hunter. You hear the crying again, and this time it sounds like it's coming right above you. Always coming right. You look up and see the old woman floating over you. The old woman cackles as she sprinkles a foul powder on you. Hold on, that's a exact. I'm redoing that one.
Line.
You're going to need a bigger flamethrower. Now that's a good sequel bait. 007. Oh my god, and then it just repeats. All right, a bigger, fatter ghost appears, and we need the bigger flamethrower. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. Woo! What a fun night of stories. Submit your prompts, and see you tomorrow. Bye ho wee way, everybody.
Bye ho wee way. Tell your step Glock goblins.
Yeah, tell your step Qs and your step British secret agents. Woo! And good night.